This episode of the Citation Needed podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones with some exciting news. Open booking is here for the Top Shelf Country Cruise, setting sail February 2026 aboard the luxurious Celebrity Reflection. Spots are filling up fast, so book your stateroom today or sign up to become a lineup insider to receive the final lineup 48 hours prior to the public. Don't miss your chance to make February 2026 unforgettable. Visit TopShelfCountryCruise.com. That's TopShelfCountryCruise.com.
Where the fuck is Eli?
I don't know. He's supposed to be here like 10 minutes ago.
Knock, knock.
Dude, seriously, you're just now showing up? We were
What the fuck? Surprise!
You brought Kim Jong-Un into the studio?
Yeah.
No, absolutely no.
Nope.
No, absolutely
Come on.
no.
I thought episode 3, people are going to get a little bored. Boom. Guest. International guest, no less. He's super excited. I mean, I think he's excited. I cannot understand a word this guy says. Like someone threw a slinky down the stairs when he talks.
So racist.
Wait, hold on a second. Let's back this up. Kim Jong-Un, dictator of North Korea, just volunteered to be on our not yet released podcast?
I don't know about volunteered so much as...
You kidnapped Kim Jong-Un!
Such an ugly word for
Let me hurt
taking
him,
a
guys.
person.
Please, let me hurt. I need this, guys. Please.
I knew he was going to start World War III. I said it. Hell, I even had May in the pool.
I quit the show.
Oh, fine, Heath. Kim can join and be our new best friend.
We are not best friends.
We're not best friends. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, Cecil, I know you're mad about the possible start of World War III, but don't say untrue things. Not in front of guests. Not in front of Kim.
Eli, put him back. Baby, put him wherever you found him.
Fine. But if you guys don't like my surprise next week, I am done helping out.
Wait, what's the surprise next week, Eli? Eli? What is the surprise next week?
Tom, you can hurt him.
Good. Hello, and welcome to Citation Needed, the podcast where we choose a subject, read a single article about it on Wikipedia, and pretend we are experts. Because this is the internet, and that's how it works now. My name is Tom, and I'll be acting as your tour guide through this week's episode. But unlike my sex life, I won't be doing it alone, and it's going to take more than 3 licks to get to the center. Joining me to break this next subject down are the 2 most broken men I know, Eli Bosnick and No Illusions.
Joke's on you, Tom. To be broken, I had to be whole in the first place.
What are you running for mayor of San Antonio over here? Good to see you too, Tom. Topical.
And joining all 3 of us are the only 2 guys here who can reach anything on the top shelf, Heath Enright and Cecil.
Thanks, Tom. I'm told I look like David Smalley got baked with yeast. We just grew in all directions.
Who's David Smalley? I feel like if I could rebound the ball and get it to Heath, he'll be able to dunk on anyone in the podcasting community, provided they aren't athletic, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Heath is 6 inches taller than me, but we have the same vertical. Yeah.
But my horizontal is insane. My horizontal is I'm a presence in the paint. All challengers accepted. 1-on-1 right now. Cecil and me will win and hoop it up. We just need a third. We're all set.
We can have dunk contests at Reason Count.
Now, obviously, we're all ready to get started, so I can kick back and let somebody else do all of the work again. But before we do, we have to give a huge thanks to the incredibly humbling response the show has gotten on Patreon after we announced it. Within 12 hours, we were fully funded, and we couldn't be more flattered, shocked, amazed, appalled, and maybe wrecked by your enthusiasm. Of course, if you're not already a patron, be sure to listen to the end to learn how you can help inflict this show on the world too, because we may not be the show the world needs, but we sure as hell are the show the world deserves. All right, now with that out of the way, Noah, What person, place, thing, event, concept, or phenomenon brings us together today?
Well, today we're going to be talking about Kim Jong-Un.
All right. And Eli, you've read the Wikipedia article. You've scribbled notes in some weird combination of hieroglyphics and Hebrew shorthand. Are you ready to educate the masses?
It's hieroglyphs, Tom, and yes, I am.
It's hieroglyphics.
Fuck you guys. So, I mean, each individually, one by one by one by one. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you. And when you're done with that, tell us, who is Kim Jong-Un?
He's the chairman of the Workers' Party of Korea and the supreme leader of North Korea. His other titles include chairman of the Central Military Commission, chairman of the National Defense Commission, supreme commander of the Korean People's Army, and presidium member of the Politburo Standing Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea.
Why don't you correct Tom's pronunciation again?
Politburo? Politburo?
and presidium.
Politburo?
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 It's, first of all, it's political burrito. I feel like we all know that.
Political burrito. State media also often refers to him by his military rank.
Just skip it over it.
Marshal. So they call him Marshal Kim Jong-un, or just the Marshal. So lots of jobs, many of them chair-based.
I feel like once you're supreme leader, you don't need other titles. I guess this has got plenty of room for multiple hats, though. It makes sense.
He looks like the bad guy from Dick Tracy got like fucked by a baby circle. I don't know what that means. Flat Top Jones guy.
I would like to request we rededicate this entire episode to figure out what it would look like to get fucked by a baby circle.
Request declined.
Request declined.
I'm in.
Thank you, Tom. He was also ranked by Forbes magazine as the 46th most powerful person on the planet, a fact that will get more and more terrifying as this episode progresses.
All right. And where does the story of Kim Jong-un begin?
In a nutsack, Tom. The nutsack of Kim Jong-il, to be exact.
Normally here I'd say like caliente, but thinking of Kim Jong-il having sex is like thinking about Chunk from the Goonies raping the last donut.
It's a bad example, Cecil. You should use something not sexually appealing so the audience will understand your joke.
All right. So the most upsetting aspect of that is that now I have to deal with the fact that I would totally still eat that donut. Now, I mean, if it was the last one.
I feel like it's the last one, no matter what. There could be a full box, but the one he puts his dick inside, that's the last one.
All right, gentlemen, Eli, maybe not quite as far back as Dear Leader's ejaculate.
Fair enough, but after 2 episodes of asking, I finally had the chance to talk about Kim Jong-il's nutsack, and you denied me, just for the record.
Okay, well, I'm not sure why you thought this show would be any different than the other ones we do, but the sonnet was beautiful either way. We're not going to put it on the air, but it was delightful.
Thank you,
Patreon goal.
Keith.
You're welcome. We had a beautiful time.
Now, I should say right up front that from the moment of his birth, Un's life has been shrouded in secrecy. Wikipedia has his birthday listed as either January 8th, 1984 or July 5th, 1984. And later in the article, it says he was probably born in 1983, but the official government position is that he was born in 1982. But we here on Citation Needed can say with certainty he came from sperm, and we're pretty sure that sperm came from his dad's balls.
Eli will not be denied.
Well, except by Broadway casting director.
I could have been Otto the Snowman.
You still could.
So, regardless of which year he was born, it happened while his grandfather, Kim Il-sung, was the supreme leader of a country they call the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, despite the fact that this asshole's family has been running it for 5 decades plus.
Yeah, as opposed to our super diverse presidential history here in the U.S., which went Bush, Clinton, Clinton, Bush, Bush, black guy, Clinton. Sorry, Putin, Kushner. Who is it?
Well, you could always get ready for Trump, Pence, Nugent, Palin, Life Without People.
I'll take the under.
Fuck.
Life Without People's a Swedish name, right?
It's a Swedish band.
Anyway, Gramps died when little Une was only 8 or 9 or 10. And despite the fact that he's officially considered eternal president, the actual job of presidenting fell to Kim Jong-un's dad for the first 14 years it took him to die.
That was called the time to get ill, I think.
Exactly.
Now, to be honest, we don't actually know what the fuck Kim Jong-un was doing during that time. There are conflicting reports that he attended school in Sweden under a fake name, but those might be cases of mistaken identity with his brother Kim Jong-chul. Regardless, no matter how many times I put it in Wikipedia, it would not take my edit of because they all look the same.
Oh, God.
Didn't David Duke run for Senate on the year with that was one of his campaign promises?
This is a slogan.
Yeah, what did he do? He promised to make them look different with markings, so it's easier to deal with. Was it? I feel like that was the promise.
Classical liberals. However, to that rumor's credit, if you look at Kim Jong-un now, it's pretty easy to believe he spent the first couple of decades of his life eating Cheetos and masturbating to Tomb Raider.
I want to say it's possible to do that and still be thin. It's metabolism, you bigot.
Seriously? Trigger warning, metabolism, hurtful. Asshole.
So, ignoring the fact that Noah was 20 when the first Tomb Raider came out,
Okay, but Miss Pac-Man on Atari was still pretty hot, though.
and you could make her die.
Just me? That's only me. Okay.
If the Switzerland reports are true, he basically was described as a shy student who was awkward around girls, loved basketball, and got embarrassingly shitty grades, bringing into serious question whether or not Heath is in fact Kim Jong-un.
That's preposterous. I had good grades. Everything else is accurate. Just walk away, Eli. You don't want any part of this. Just walk away.
Anyway, sources are all pretty much in agreement that he got his post-secondary education at Kim Il-sung University, but rumors are it was just because of his family name. His only known degree is an honorary doctorate in economics from a private Malaysian university called, and this is real, Help University. Help. In all caps.
University, that's like my favorite. I love watching them play. Help University's fight song is in Morse code. It's ... dash, 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 ... Come on, guys, sing along. I know you guys know it.
Didn't their lacrosse team rape a bunch of people?
Citation needed.
Yeah, those are the 3 dashes in the song.
Trick question. It's a lacrosse team, so the answer is yes.
Okay, well, as much as I can see that you're enjoying picking on a fat kid, I feel like most people start getting interested in this story when he becomes the leader of a country with Acme-style nuclear missiles. It's like, we just go ahead and skip ahead to that.
It's just Wile E. Coyote riding one backwards down into Seoul. Just banging it with his hat.
Trump flies up next to him. Shit, what direction are we going? Hold on. Tell the Navy to turn around. Which is the bad guy? North? I want to say north is the bad guy. Are we going south? What's happening?
Flip a coin.
Yeah, I mean, like, since when has which side are we at war with been a deciding factor in who Trump bombs?
Now, I should say beforehand that back in the 90s, the assumption was that Kim Jong-il would be succeeded by his eldest son, Un's half-brother, Kim Jong-nam. But he fell out of favor when he got caught attempting to enter Tokyo Disneyland with a fake passport.
What? Fucking of all the things to fucking use a fake passport for. Right. Jesus, it's like getting the fake IDs you could buy lottery tickets when you're 15. What the fuck?
Well, but to be fair, the Kim family can fuck underage Thai prostitutes from home, so they can't make all the best uses of them.
Yep, but they don't have the same costumes. It's different. So, I mean, be realistic.
Thank you, Heath.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't want to take a trip as a show.
Which Disney character would you guys want to fuck the most? I feel like we should pause for a second.
Little Mermaid.
Ooh, Moana.
Moana. I like Noah's. He said Little Mermaid. That's good. You get a lady top and like a cloaca. Yeah. I want to put my dick in a cloaca.
I would like to change my answer to Lilo.
How do you not go Pocahontas? It's in the name. It's in the name.
What, and Little Mermaid isn't?
I think I'm going to go with Dopey.
Oh, good answer.
Because that one won't remember you date raped him. You know?
Jesus.
Maybe that's why he's so quiet. You ever think about that?
It's been like 2.5 episodes before Cecil got to his first date raping Dopey reference. I think that's pretty good.
And if you're going Dopey, I'm going Sleepy. I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
Whatever. Oh, everybody's gonna stop. All right, fine. We're drawing the line at Sleepy, but not Dopey. You can drug a girl, but you can't be asleep. That's the line. All right.
I mean, Eli said Lilo. I think that's the lowest we ever got.
I didn't know Heath played lacrosse. All right. Now, dynastically speaking, the next guy in line should have been Kim Jong-chul, the one who may have gone to the Swedish school, but he was passed over, according to the family's personal chef, because he was, quote, too feminine in character, end quote. The personal chef, by the way, said that Kim Jong-un would be a great leader because A, he has superb physical gifts, B, is a big drinker, and C,
Check.
never admits defeat.
And check. It's bullshit affirmative action. This is why I didn't get into Harvard either. Unbelievable.
Those are this chef's keys to success, apparently. And if you're wondering, hey, why is a personal chef a source for someone's personality? You have no idea how fucked up North Korea is.
Also, leave it to a chef to give every leader in the house a Zagat review. It's like, well, this upscale North Korean leader has a lean rack of muscle under a nice marbling of fat.
Now I'm picturing a fat, bitchy Korean sending back a steak for being too feminine.
And I am now picturing Eli at Starbucks. I want a non-binary soy latte, 110 degrees. How hard is this?
Yeah, so it's pretty obvious that too effeminate is code for Jong-chul being gay, and given North Korea's tenuous relationship with the United States, one can't help but wonder what that would be like.
And now the whole world awaits with bated breath as the new leader of North Korea addresses his people for the very first time.
Okay, bitches, hallelujah. So I'm Kim Jong-chul, but you can call me Kim because I share first names with my bae on Insta. Anyway, big changes planned. All the gray is going. Seriously, if I wanted to build a country out of people, I'd be my dad.
Dear leader?
Also, people with the hair. I know we're Asians, but color's your friend, right?
Excuse me. Dear leader?
Oh my God, what? Hi, everyone, this is June. He's like my butler or man or something. I don't know.
I'm head of the military.
Awesome. You seem to be winning the war on fashion.
Okay.
I'm such a bitch.
Perhaps dear leader would like to speak about our upcoming victory against the Americans?
All right. I didn't forget. Okay, you can move back. A little further. Right. So, here's the deal, EO. I get it. Americans. Who doesn't hate them? But if we kill them all, RuPaul doesn't do season 10, and I will literally kill everyone in this country. So instead, we're going to go with Canada. So, hockey fans, if there are any, TiVo that shit. I'm just kidding. You don't have televisions.
Eli, did you just imagine a homophobic sketch on air?
I did not imagine a homophobic sketch on air. Anyway, Un's succession to the People's Democratic throne was officially announced in January of 2009, and 3 months later, he was elected to the position.
What?
Oh, cool. They have a James Comey system too. Works great.
Yes, in preparation for his father's death, he was promoted to the North Korean equivalent of a 4-star general. The party members were forced to swear allegiance to him, and the citizenry were taught a new song of praise to sing about him. You know, like they do in people's democracies.
I think I heard that one. Oppa Gangnam Style.
Oh, how amazing would that be if we've all just been singing like Asian Hitler's theme song? Just rubbing up on some 19-year-old at Coachella. To Deutschland. I like that beat. Now, at the same time, the state began to quietly purge itself of potential rivals to leadership. More than 200 potential proteges of the respected subordinates of Kim Jong-il were either detained or executed between 2009 and Kim Jong-il's death in 2011.
All right. Well, now that we're finally getting to the murdering relatives portion of today's program, I hate to cut you off there, but we're going to have to leave you in suspense while we turn it over to everybody's favorite mid-episode use of the theme music, apropos of nothing.
I'm so excited we took this trip, you guys. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, when I said you could go anywhere for your birthday, this is not what I had in mind, Heath.
Well, I think North Korea is an underrated vacation spot. I think this is going to be good.
That's a way to say it. Has anybody seen Eli?
He didn't make it off the plane.
What does that mean?
He and Tom are still on the plane.
Wait, what? Are they,
What?
were they getting their luggage? Or?
Guys, do you really think I would tour a real-life 1984-style dystopian hellscape run by baby fat-covered, psychologically unstable despots with these two? I drugged them for their own protection the moment we landed.
We're going to be here for a week.
I used a lot of drugs, though.
Hey, guys.
What?
I thought. I thought you drugged him.
Fuck. Wait a minute. Where's Tom?
Oh my god, this is fucking a disaster.
Not a great idea.
Woo! Are you guys ready to have some fun?
Eli, how are you even standing? I saw what Noah put in your drink. You should barely be alive right now.
Right?
Tom says that Cecil tries stuff like this all the time, so we filled up on activated charcoal before lunch. We've actually been doing that a lot.
What? Eli, listen to me. I want you to look right at me.
I'm busy.
Where is Tom?
Ooh, right. I was supposed to tell you. Last time I saw him, he was climbing around at the big playground with the statues.
Cecil! Cecil! Look, I'm on his head!
No, guys, that's not a fucking playground. That's the Mansu Hill Grand Monument. That is possibly the most sacred site in Pyongyang. There are so many rules to being here, Eli, that our government minders have their own minders.
Jesus Christ. Whose turn was it to watch him?
I think I broke this!
Well, not me. It's my birthday. I just wanted what everyone wants on their birthday. Sing a little karaoke by night and do a simple live-action reenactment of Gulliver's Travels with the tiny, underfed natives during the day. Just basic birthday stuff. This is on somebody else.
We've been over this, Noah. You actually have to watch them when it's your turn to watch them.
I can glue it!
Where did Eli go?
We need to get on that plane right now.
Second worst birthday ever.
Does it look even? It looks even, right? And we're back to learn more about everybody's favorite unhinged psychopathic fat kid, Kim Jong-Un. When we left off the story, his dad had just kicked the bucket, leaving a 28-year-old straight C student with no leadership or military experience in charge of nuclear weapons.
Yeah, and despite all the propaganda songs and preliminary murders, believe it or not, it wasn't entirely clear after Kim Jong-il's death who was taking over. It was clear that the dead guy wanted that, but there was still a moment of, are we really putting this 20-something diet pills before picture in charge of our military among the bureaucracy, which is understandable. Many international analysts expected some kind of regent to assume power until Lil Kim finished puberty, but no, that would not be the case.
First time he's ever been called little. But to be fair, we've all seen pictures, and I feel like it's safe to say puberty isn't exactly in the cards for Kim Jong-un.
Also, how confident are we that he did not murder Lil Kim the rapper and take over her life? So, check out her face recently. Pretty sure it's him. Have you seen her?
Racist?
Is it?
Is it? I don't know.
Is it not?
Tune in.
It's pro.
At Citation Pod. Do you think it's racist? We put a poll up on Twitter, and you can let us know whether you think it's racist. And if it is, we're still not sorry. So, in response, the government stepped up their cult of personality efforts.
Cult of personality in government. What a fucking backwards country.
Yeah,
Right?
no military or leadership experience in charge of nuclear weapons. These guys don't know how the fuck it's done.
So these efforts included claims that he was born in heaven, editorials where organs of the state promised they would, quote, vow with their bleeding tears to call Kim Jong-Un our supreme leader, end quote. And he was officially elevated to the position of supreme leader on December 24th, 2011, a week after his father's death.
All right. So a privileged man, steeped in the idealism of youth, suddenly gains control of a starving and backward nation. What was his first priority?
Giving himself lots of titles, followed by giving himself lots of bodyguards.
Followed by giving himself lots of cake.
Also preceded by and during.
I would have crushed it at this job. Seriously? Like Harvard and North Korea need more Asians. It's racism is what it is. Unbelievable.
Keith, quick question. How many Asians does North Korea need?
What that dude, that's not the point. It's not the point is they have enough. Whatever it is, it's enough. Affirmative action is racism.
Okay, so pivoting sharply, what kind of power does he actually hold? Are we talking like 20th century Kaiser or 12th century Khan?
Well, technically, he's just part of a triumvirate that controls the executive branch. He controls the military, but Premier Pak Pong-ju hands the government. And parliamentary chairman Kim Yong-nam handles foreign relations. But in practice, since the third he controls has all the guns, he's the closest thing the modern world has to an absolute dictator. And it's not like they're really trying to sell this fiction of checks and balances. They started calling him the supreme leader in 2012.
Well, I mean, but to be fair, by the Pizza Hut model, that still subordinates him to the super supreme leader. That's so fucking stupid, Pizza. Look up the word. There can't be a level above the goddamn supreme.
Yeah, that's the problem with Pizza Hut and North Korea. It's the terminology. That's their problem.
He does appear to be a stuffed crust model dictator.
Speaking of fictions that we aren't trying very hard to sell, I should also point out that in March of 2014, he was elected to the Supreme People's Assembly. He ran unopposed, but voters were allowed to check yes or no.
What?
Here's the best part of this.
Maybe?
Yeah, no maybe, no abstain.
Do you like me? Yes, no, or maybe. On the ballot.
They had to pick a color first and then a number. There was a whole thing.
I actually want to elect 9 of these leaders. One of them's a lie. But this is the best part of this. According to government officials, there was a record turnout and every single person who voted yes.
Huh.
That's what it said in their newspapers. In real life.
And he wasn't even supposed to get 222. I guess it was like the biggest electoral win since Ronald Reagan, guys. Huge.
How depressing is it that the he's just like Donald Trump jokes just keep coming so easily?
I wonder if 538 predicted that one accurately. Curious. All right. So what can you tell us about his policies? Has he been better or worse than his dad?
Well, Tom, as much as that threatens to sound like 2 grown men arguing over who has the worst case of diarrhea.
It was me, and give me my goddamn shorts back.
Literally never. I'm going to go ahead and say he is way, way worse than Daddy-O. Despite early signs that he might be more moderate economically, basically everything he's done since taking control has fit the crazy school shooter kid suddenly gets in charge of a country model. His economic policies, best exemplified in what's known as the May 30th measures, has been described by the state as a flexible collectivist system. But among the citizenry, it's better known as starving to death slowly. So the supreme leader can race jet skis with washed up NBA stars.
Yeah, right. Dribble down economics, they call it.
I had something written here, but dribble down economics is a slam dunk. You take it, buddy. Fuck that.
But if you want a real measure of Kim Jong-un, allow me to read the last 3 headings from his Wikipedia article in order: nuclear weapons, purges and executions, and human rights violations.
Wow. Well, at least the purges and executions were respecting human rights.
Cool. Wikipedia does allow for subheadings, guys. Come on.
We'll start with his nuclear policy. He ramped up the insane belligerent strategy his dad so successfully employed. International experts agree that the nation probably has at least a dozen nuclear warheads, but as we've been seeing lately, they don't necessarily have a way to get them anywhere that's more efficient than, like, mailing them.
They just leave like a giant delivery sticky note on the East Coast. We just pretend we're not home, like looking out the car. No, nobody's there.
Oh, they'll redeliver. It's okay. They'll redeliver.
See, I was picturing a postal worker like halfway out in the ocean writing one of those slips, and I'm like, no, I'm right here. Come on. No, I'm not going to go pick it up in North Korea. I tipped you at Christmas. This is why. You think I tipped you out of the kindness of my heart, guy for whom high school was hard? No, you come all the way. Neither rain, no stone, no stairs.
This is the weirdest intro to our Stamps.com ad I've ever heard.
Now, according to the state press, their nuclear arsenal contains both A-bombs and H-bombs, to which those international experts basically said, fuck out of here.
Yeah, after they fail the launch, they probably contain a lot of F-bombs, too.
Yeah, right? Oh, God, I would give anything to watch that tubby fucker go all Yosemite Sam after his missile, like, farts its way to the north end of the launch pad and blows up.
Then FedEx shows up with like a return to sender from New York with like Slim Pickens sitting on top of a giant box shaped like a missile. What's this? Don't look at it, boss. Don't look inside, boss. Blam!
Okay, and I believe you promised us some purges and executions.
I did, Tom, but Cecil cut that part because it would alienate a percentage of our audience, so...
No. In the article.
Oh, yeah, that too. Well, like most information that comes out of North Korea...
Why the blind, though?
I said because you don't know what they're thinking.
But do you know what sighted people are thinking?
I don't want to get into this. Cecil cut my whole thing. I had a whole monologue. There was a beautiful song that Anna wrote for the show. I don't want to get into it. As I was saying, like most information that comes out of North Korea or this podcast, it's very hard to verify anything in relation to massive reports of these state-mandated mass murders, but rumors abound. For example, Kim's uncle, Jang Sung-taek, was definitely arrested and later executed for treachery, but conflicting reports have him being executed by firing squad, by missile, or by being fed to dogs. To be fair, he probably wasn't fed to dogs. The missile thing, still a distinct possibility.
That's fucking metal. That's fucking metal, man. I hope it's like a combination, though. Like they shot him with dogs until he died. That's how I want to go. Smothered in bitches, I'm telling you.
There you go.
Smothered in Bitches, name of Cecil's rap album. Fun fact. Find out who we are outside of the show for once in your lives. It's not all about you. There are also rampant reports that the state had Jang's family put to death, including siblings, in-laws, children, grandchildren, nephews, and even children of nephews, in an effort to destroy all traces of his existence.
Okay, wait. I feel like a clarification is necessary here. Kim Jong-Un ordered the execution of his uncle's nephews?
It's the perfect crime. It's the perfect crime. I should point out that Wikipedia also has a page titled List of Officials Purged and Executed by Kim Jong-Un that has multiple entries for every year of his leadership, but the neutrality and factual accuracy of that page are in orange exclamation mark. Included in that list, by the way, is Oh Sang-han, a deputy security ministry who was reportedly executed by flamethrower in 2014.
Jesus Christ.
Which I really wish had been available on pay-per-view. I'm just saying.
All right, and you're telling me that after that, there's still a heading for human rights violations.
Yes, I am, Tom. Yes, I am. It does now seem like it should have a CONT in parentheses or something, but here we are. Now, this section of the article is really sparse and doesn't offer a lot of details, other than to point out that the UN's Commission of Inquiry on the subject recommended that Kim Jong-un be tried in international court for crimes against humanity.
Wow. The trial should just be a game of Cards Against Humanity.
Fight torture with torture. I like it.
You get like Kim Jong-un's soft, shitty body.
The sentencing is just 3 dicks at one time.
Yeah.
Just like, fuck, again. That's what I'm here for.
Now, here's the crazy thing. If you click over to the page titled Human Rights in North Korea, the list of abuses you can see right off the bat are like media censorship, freedom of religion, disability, concentration camps, pleasure squads, ascribed social status, human trafficking, executions, human experimentation, political prisons, re-education camps, abduction of Japanese citizens, abduction of South Korean citizens, and Korean War POWs detained in North Korea.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like a different episode.
Good, because I didn't read that one, Tom. I didn't read it at all.
Wait. You're telling me you came across a heading called Pleasure Squads, and you, Eli Bosnick, the guy who jerks off to the thought of Adele singing the acoustic version of Hello, did not bother to read it?
The guy, Cecil. Are you sure you're using the right article there? No.
That's fair. That's fair.
And also, a fun fact we learned yesterday, he also jerks off to Clarence Thomas singing Old Man River from Showboat. Interesting.
Okay, I told you guys that in confidence because we only had 10 episodes of GAM left and I was feeling sentimental.
But you were just jerking off in the van to Old Man River and we asked you why. That's not in confidence.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you know what that word means. And while we're recording your voice in confidence, Eli, you want to talk about grabbing any other genitals? Usually works out.
I want to fuck.
And that didn't go in. Well, you know. Hey, Tom, here's a perfect opportunity for you to cut right in.
All right. Well, obviously, partially understanding most of a Wikipedia article makes you an expert in the eyes of most people. But we have a higher standard here on Citation Needed. So, are you ready to face the gauntlet of Kim Jong-un trivia from your peers?
I've never been more ready, Tom.
All right, Heath, why don't you start us off?
All right. So, Eli, which of the following is the most popular reaction to online photos of Kim Jong-un? Is it A, watching Kung Fu Panda on Netflix and masturbating? Hint, I'm doing that right now. Is it B, watching Kung Fu Panda 2 and 3 because you're old now and sometimes it takes a while? Is it C, agreeing with The Onion that he was indeed the sexiest man alive in 2012? Or is it D, doing the pinch out gesture with your fingers, trying to make the size of his face match the size of his head?
Ooh. I'm going to go with B because 2 has Gary Oldman.
That's correct.
All right, I got one, Eli. I got. Kim Jong-un is actually in several movies. Which one of the answers is correct? A, he was Chris Farley's stunt double in Beverly Hills Ninja. B, he was the after picture for the guy who blows up like a balloon in Big Trouble in Little China. C, he's the fat guy that Jackie Chan always punches in the stomach, and then Jackie feigns injury to his hand, and Kim Jong-un just sort of stands there and smiles in the background. D, he's in several films under the screen pseudonym Chow Sum Fat. You may remember him from such hits as Soft Boiled, The Curse of the Golden Crispy Duck, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon Roll,
Good one.
and Bulletproof Monkfish. Or E, none of those answers, because they're all super racist. Open brackets. Eli, this is the right answer. Pick this one. Please pick this one. End brackets.
D. I'm going to go with
It's E.
Kim Jong-un is known for his over-the-top execution methods. What other overkill execution methods is he currently considering? A, developing a space program just so he can personally kick someone out of the airlock to see what really happens. B, vacuum sealing his generals in plastic and turning them into enormous trading cards. C, vacuum sealing his genitals in plastic and turning them into tiny trading cards. Or D, drilling a hole to the center of the earth and dropping dissidents down to see if there really are dinosaurs inside.
The David Icke story.
I think it'd be hard to be taken seriously if he said, "Get off my brain." So I'm going to go with B.
That is correct.
All right, I have one more. As terrifying as Kim Jong-Un is, his dad was way fucking funnier. So, of the following 5 claims, which one is not a real thing claimed by Kim Jong-il's biography or official state press releases about Kim Jong-il? A. Kim Jong-il played 1 round of golf in 1994 and shot 38 under par in a game that included 11 holes in one.
Wait, he shot up like a 34?
4 of these are true. B. Kim Jong-il once kidnapped a South Korean filmmaker to make Godzilla-themed North Korean propaganda films. C. Kim Jong-il invented the hamburger. D. Kim Jong-il never had to use a toilet as his supernatural birth precluded the need to urinate or defecate. Or E. Under his direction, North Korean scientists cured AIDS, Ebola, MERS, and SARS.
Trick question. It's the last one because MERS isn't real.
It's like Lyme disease. Yeah. No, the actual answer to that is B. That's the only one of them that's actually a true thing. He really did kidnap a South Korean filmmaker to make Godzilla-themed North Korean propaganda films. They just didn't admit that in his biography or put it out on the state press releases, but it is a true thing that happened.
All right. Well, since Cecil was the first to stump our expert, you are this week's winner, Cecil. So you get to take over hosting duties next time, and you get to pick who has to muster up some expertise between now and next week.
Oh, it's definitively going to be Heath.
Yay!
And of course, also included in your victory gift bag is getting to read the answer to this week's Twitter question. Or would be anyway, but we can't do that now until the show officially launches. So you just get to say some words here.
Oh, yeah, this is when Eli was going to talk, and we cut that out, didn't
that's
we?
not happening. Actually, I take that back.
That's
Eli.
perfect.
Just no. No.
I would like
No.
Too far.
No. All right. Well, for Cecil, Eli, Heath, and Noah, I'm Tom. Thanking you for hanging out with us today. We'll be back next week, and by then, Noah will be an expert on something else. If you'd like to hear more from us between now and then, you can hear Noah, Heath, and Eli on The Scathing Atheist, God Awful Movies, and The Skeptocrat. And you can hear more from Cecil and me on Cognitive Dissonance Podcast. And if you'd like to help keep this show going, you can make a per episode donation at patreon.com/citationpod. For more information, check the show notes for handy links, and think of how much my ex-wife will appreciate that money.
This episode of the Citation Needed podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started, risk-free, at greenlight.com/get-started. That's GREENLIGHT.com/get started.